Hello and welcome to a Sophisticated Pairs video blog. My name is Erica and today I am reviewing the Elomi Tori bra. Now, despite Elomi being one of the best-selling brands for our entire store, I have never actually reviewed one of their products. This is in part because up until 2 years ago, I really didn't fit into their size range. And then even when I knew I could wear some of their bras, having seen them so many times in the store, realized that they probably weren't going to be a perfect match for my particular shape. However, a friend of mine who blogs for the Amazing Sweet Nothings sent me this one as a free sample, so I figured I would give it a shot and see how it worked for me. So for starters, the bra that I'm wearing right now is a UK 34 double G, which is a US 34J. Ordinarily, I wear a 34 UK H cup. However, this is what she had available, so that's what we're going with. The band on this is perfect. It feels comfortably snug on the loosest set of hooks. It has a good amount of anchorage to it, but it doesn't feel like it's cutting or binding in any way. The cups are a little small, more so on my larger side than the smaller side, and I can't completely scoop on the larger side into the cup. So I think that this bra would probably run a little bit closer to true to size. However, since I'm in the process of trying to lose weight, I hope that maybe I'll be able to fit into it a little bit better. That said, the overflow on this side is pretty minimal, and it's mostly towards this section, which is really not noticeable underneath the way my tops fit. So I don't have a problem with it showing, which I think is one of the bigger issues if you have a cup size that's too small. The shape on this is based on Elomi's best-selling plunge shape. So a couple other styles with this shape include their Amazing Matilda, which we actually stock in the store, and then also the Kim style. So this is a little bit in between the two of them. Matilda has a sort of thinner kind of mesh, and this is a little bit more rigid and restrictive. As a result, the upper cup I think is also closed in a little tighter, so that might also be contributing to why I'm getting a little more overflow. It probably would fit someone with either softer tissue or more bottom heavy tissue slightly better than it fits me. If you have asymmetry or if you have a lot of fluctuations during the course of your cycle, you might want to look at Kim, because Kim uses an actual stretch lace upper. So there's a couple different variations of this style. As you can see, it's a 4-section cup. You have a side panel to contain the breast tissue here. You have vertical seams in the center to give you that extra lift, and then you have the upper panel. So this is a pretty classic plunge shape from them. The gore here is a little bit lower in the front. It tacks really nicely. It doesn't come up super tall or full coverage. And in fact, the plunge shapes from Elomi are really good for a lot of those full busted people who have close set breasts. Because some of the fuller coverage fits, like Kate or even Morgan, or in their sister line Goddess like Kira, they can come up so high that the wire wants to soft tack as we get towards the top. The plunge styles tend to do a lot better in this regard because they sit lower past this fuller point of the bust. Now, as expected, the underwire on the side is pretty wide. This is coming out almost like 3 fingers worth of width between where the underwire sits and where my breast tissue starts. So this can also create some space issues here along the lower region of the cup. Elomi is definitely for clients that have a little bit more side tissue than I have. Ordinarily, if a bra comes this far back on the side, it's usually a deal breaker for me. Mostly because the underwire tends to sit in a position that's not very comfortable, and the shape, by pulling that cup around the body, tends to pull it into my underarm. That said, Tori avoids both of these problems. The underwire sits in a very comfortable position, and the cup actually is low enough and stretchy enough that when I move my arms, it doesn't really bother me. And actually, overall, the fit is really comfortable. So while there is not an ideal match of shapes between me and Tori, this is still a bra that I would definitely wear and enjoy. So obviously for the Tori, this one is kind of all about the bells and whistles. You still have that great high quality Elomi material, but at $78, what you're paying for is the design. You have this beautiful embroidery at the top, which is actually a 2-ply fabric. So the rest of the cup is a 1-ply restricted stretch. This is 2-ply so that the embroidery doesn't interfere with how the cup is going to fit. It's kind of on its own separate piece of fabric, and it makes it lay a lot flatter against the skin. Sometimes when you have that sort of direct embroidery onto one piece, it can create a bit of a wonky fit from side to side, or it might not have any flexibility whatsoever. So this was a very smart decision. It has a fully adjustable strap, which if you've watched any of my videos, you know I think is a very important feature in full bust bras. Unlike the Matilda, it does not have a racerback option, but I actually support that decision. One of the only gripes I have about Matilda as a bra in the store is that because it has a racer back, the straps are super, super long. So in a lot of customers who are either very petite or short-waisted or have very high-set breasts, we oftentimes cannot completely get the strap tightened in order to pull the side cup in the way it's supposed to fit. And in those cases, we usually transition them to something like Kim, which does not have the racer back. Given this is a more expensive piece, I think it makes sense to try and go with a fit that's going to be a little bit more forgiving across different height and torso lengths. So again, at $78, this is a little bit of a higher price bra for Elomi, and you really are paying for some of these really beautiful design features. You have this sort of like tattoo-esque feature of the rose embroidery, and then you have this wonderful piece here in the middle that almost recreates like a suspended necklace, and it's totally removable. So you can show this underneath some of your tops as like a fun little feature, or you can take it off and then it just looks like a normal plunge bra. So I really like that they have upped their game in terms of aesthetic. Sometimes it feels like full bust bras, and especially plus size full bust bras, are a little bit lagging behind, but in the last like 18 months, it feels like they're really taking us as consumers seriously, and they're trying to give us more options and more fashion forward options. This is a very unique take on the strappy trend that we've been seeing the last couple seasons, and overall I think it looks fantastic. I do have a criticism, however. I am very pale, and as a result this tends to look close to skin tone on me. I wish that they also had maybe done a version that was like a more of a mocha skin color. So that way if you were more of a mid-tone or darker person in terms of skin, you would still get that same kind of tattoo effect. As a result, if you're not like in my uber pale zone, you're probably going to have a lot more contrast between this fabric and your skin tone, and it's going to look a little bit less like the tattoo effect that I think that they're going for. But overall, this is a really great bra, really comfortable. The fit is great, the quality is great. If you've never tried the plunge styles from Elomi, definitely give this a try. I do think, however, that the Tori has a slightly modified size range compared to, like, say, the Matilda or the Kim, so you may want to double check if you're on the higher end of the cup size spectrum if Tori is actually available in your size. Otherwise, it's a really great bra, and I'm really glad I had a chance to review it for you. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to email me at sophisticatedpair@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out our Facebook, Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest news and event information. Thanks for watching.